This video was produced to guide you with the installation of your Vogue above-ground pool. We invite you to refer to your instruction manual, a complement to this video. Vogue Industries Limited is in no way affiliated with any installation firms, but wishes to provide the consumers and the installers ways that will make the installation a pleasure. The installation of a swimming pool may differ depending on A, the weather conditions in your area, B, the location of your pool, C, the level of your ground, D, the type of soil, and E, the natural drainage of the soil. These factors could influence the application of the installation techniques we recommend. Consult your Vogue dealer. He will advise you on how to adapt this video to your particular need. Installing your swimming pool is the first step towards many seasons of fun. Maintenance and security are not to be neglected. See our literature on this topic. Our aqua safety sign should be posted near your swimming pool in order to inform all users of the safety rules. Make sure you send us your above-ground swimming pool warranty. Vogue Industries reserves the right to change the measurements, the parts, or any other specification on its products or installation methods without notice. Now the video on the installation of a Vogue above-ground pool. And have a great summer. The location is the most important decision to make after buying the pool. The principal factors you must consider are the distance between the pool and the fence, the overhead power line, the underground water or gas pipes, the sun orientation, and other points all indicated in the Vogue Landscaping Guide. You will also receive an instruction manual detailing the exact equipment needed for the installation, such as screwdrivers, measuring tapes, level, and other equipment all indicated in the Vogue instruction manual. To find the exact center of the pool, use a tape and a screwdriver. Unwind until you reach the right length, totaling the distance between the fence, the radius, adding 6 inches for the contour of the pool. We suggest you check the city bylaws for the distance between your pool and the fence. As you can see on this chart, we have left 5 feet between the fence and the pool. The radius will vary depending on the size pool you have purchased. In this case, it's a 24-foot pool, therefore a 12.5-foot radius for the contour. Check your instruction manual for the right measurements of the pool you are installing. After you have found the center of the pool, use a screwdriver to hold the tape firmly. Now that you are certain of your selected choice, walk around and mark the area with a spray paint. There are other ways to do it, of course, but this is a simple and easy way used by many specialists. By utilizing this method, you can visualize the exact location of the pool right from the start. The next operation is to remove the grass. This operation is very, very important. It must be done carefully. It may seem time-consuming, however, it is important because your Vogue pool needs to be installed on a solid and firm base. To remove the grass, mechanical equipment could also be used. In order not to damage your land, you must plan where you will put the grass and the soil you are now removing. The next step will be to remove all the debris, all the stones of any kind that you will find on the surface. This operation is crucial in order to protect your pool liner. This will enable you to start your installation cleanly and correctly. You are now ready to do what we call the saucer, which is the base of the pool. Mark the contour the same way you did the exterior of the pool, leaving 2 feet all around. Remove between 8 to 12 inches in the center of the circle. The slope must be even and progressive. As you can see on this chart, the length of the base will vary according to the size of the pool that you have purchased. Check your instruction manual for the exact measurements. These measurements are for a 24-foot Prestige model pool. You will notice that the depth of the pool is the same for any model. That is to say, between 4 feet 8 inches to 5 feet. Replace the screwdriver with a 2x4 that will be 8 to 12 inches high, depending on how deep you want your pool to be. From that center stake, you will take your level using a 2x4, or as in this case, a 2x6 that reaches both ends. Make certain that the level is exact throughout the circumference, starting from the lowest point in order to avoid filling. You could always remove the extra earth where the level is too high. However, avoid filling, as this could remove the firmness of the soil under the pool. Your Vogue dealer could also have other suggestions for you to figure out the level of the circumference. Work carefully, because this operation is very important. The weight of the water must be spread evenly on the complete structure of the pool. You may need a material to finalize the level of the pool. You are now ready to spread the material that will help you with the level of the contour of your Vogue pool. There are many acceptable materials that could be used in order to get a firm and solid pool base. Your Vogue dealer will be more than happy to inform you regarding this matter. To obtain a proper level, always start from the lowest point. Move the 2x4 or 2x6, holding the level so you can move the extra material and obtain a perfect level all around. You are now ready to start the pool installation. Once again, make certain to read the instruction manual for the tools and equipment needed. Be careful not to damage your pool liner. Hold the knife toward the exterior of the box. You will also receive a certificate of warranty. Fill out that warranty and return it to Vogue Industries Limited. You will also receive an Aqua Safety Guide. Make certain this sign is well placed so everyone using your pool follows these valuable instructions. Check and unload your required components. Make certain you have the exact amount of pieces. Always check your instruction manual. Count, unload, and carefully place all parts required close to the working area: upright, top seats, wall channels, etc. The number of parts needed depends on the kind of Vogue pool that you have purchased. It's now time to complete the base of your pool. Once again, consult your instruction manual for the required tools and also the exact sand needed. This chart indicates the amount of sand necessary for the size of pool you have purchased. These amounts are approximate. We are now ready to complete the ground that will be in contact with your pool liner. You must use an earthy and well-filtered sand. Do not use heavy grain sand. Another reminder, remove all the debris that could be in the sand throughout the entire surface of the circle which you have just completed. Now is the time to put it all together to start the structure. First, place the wall channels and the joiner plates around the circle. These bottom plates are identical to those to be used on top. This makes it easy. This is Vogue's typically simple and solid way of constructing their pools. You must insert your wall channels into the joiner plates, leaving a space in order to complete the final touch when you install the wall. While putting these pieces together, be very careful not to damage them. They have been machine produced. After having assembled these pieces, forming the base of your pool structure, make certain that the required diameter agrees with the radius of the pool. In this case, the radius is 12 feet. This will give you the exact center of your pool. Now you can finalize the base of your pool. The sand must be well compacted using a grass roller, a manual or gas-powered plate compactor. This procedure must be done from the outside of the circle toward the inside. This will give you an even and smooth base. All these steps connected with the soil may seem to you to be fastidious. However, taking time now to prepare the base will guarantee many years of fun with no worry about the solidity of your Vogue pool. This is why you must spend more time on the soil preparation so that you won't have to dismantle the pool in the event that certain problems may occur after a few years of use. To have a nice and even base, use a wood or metal trowel to level the base. Also, make certain to water the sand. One final step before installing the wall: remove the stake and fill it with sand. We remind you to refer to the instruction manual specially prepared for a Vogue pool buyer. By following these instructions and listening to the expert advice of your Vogue dealer, you will be certain not to make any mistakes and thus enjoy your Vogue pool. We are now ready to install the wall. Again, check your instruction manual for the tools and parts needed for this procedure. Deposit the parts and tools needed to enclose the wall at the exact location. Then, place the wall channel around the pool, which will help you in the installation of the wall. The steel wall is placed on a cardboard taken from the boxes which contain the Vogue parts. Carefully cut the tape holding the wall. Be very careful when installing this wall, because there is only one correct way. The pre-punched skimmer hole and the water return hole are placed at the top of the pool. Furthermore, the design on the wall must be placed on the outside of the pool for a very obvious reason. Be certain that the location of the skimmer hole is placed where you want it, keeping in mind that you will need power supply and space for the filter. Unwind slowly and place it in the bottom wall channel. During the next steps, you will need a way to hold the wall temporarily so it can be protected in case of a sudden wind. Be careful not to drop the wall. You could damage it. By temporarily placing the wall channel on the wall, this will strengthen it and help you throughout this operation. As you can see, the wall starts on the center of a joiner plate. The water return and the skimmer are on top. Once the wall is in the bottom wall channel, you can adjust it by hitting it slowly. As you can see, both ends will eventually meet. To adjust the joiner plates at the proper position, use a screwdriver and slowly hit the plate, which should easily move into the exact position. Another way to help you to temporarily hold the wall is to use vinyl cover hooks. However, if you happen to have many friends around, we recommend that you ask Tom, Dick, or Harry for help for a short period of time while you install this wall. After all, what are friends for? Won't they be over to your house to use your Vogue pool often and regularly this summer? With the help of 2 wall joiners, you will assemble the wall with the bolts. One bar is placed on the outside of the pool and the other obviously on the inside. The head of the bolt must be placed on the inside of the pool in order not to damage the pool liner. These bolts must be well fastened. To line up the wall, use an ice pick or a screwdriver. Another important point to remember, never leave an open hole. That could cause problems. Do not force the bolts. You could strip them. A ratchet can also be used for the finishing touch to this process. Once complete, we suggest the use of thick tape to cover the bolts. This will prevent the bolts from contact with the pool liner. It might also be a good idea to put 2 strips for better protection. Be sure to completely cover the bar and the head of the bolts. Now you are ready to do what we call an earth cove, or what can also be called an OG. Once again, check your instruction manual for the tools and parts needed. This cove is done by placing the sand against the pool wall with a maximum height of 6 inches. The purpose of this earth or sand mount is to prevent the pool liner from sliding under the wall. Although you can buy prefab mounting to put around your pool, we recommend the use of the same earthy, well-filtered sand used for the rest of the pool. Before installing the pool liner, it's very important that the sand closest to the vacuum is wet and well compacted to prevent the sand from being sucked into the vacuum and thus damaging the earth cove which you have fashioned. You are now ready for a delicate operation. You need to remove the pre-punch skimmer and water return holes. With the help of a hammer and a hard-bladed tool, you punch out the pre-punched plate and remove it. In certain instances, the pre-punched skimmer plate will not be removed, so you need to cover it with cloth tape so it does not damage the pool liner. Once these plates are removed, use a file to remove the metal chips, giving it a smooth finish that will not damage the pool liner. You are now ready to install the pool liner. First, put the tube of your home vacuum cleaner into the hole of the water return hole. Block the remainder of the hole with tape to make it airtight. The skimmer hole should also be covered. This vacuum is used to remove the air between the wall and the pool liner. Next, the pool liner. Never leave this box in direct sunlight, which could alter the elasticity of the vinyl. This liner is heavy, so be careful not to damage it when handling. Water the base for the final touch. This is a must, especially around the water skimmer after placing the pool liner at the center of the pool. As you can see, the base of the pool must be totally smooth. During this operation, you will need to walk on the pool liner. For obvious reasons, it is a must, and we suggest that you remove your boots or shoes so that you do not damage the pool liner. Unfold the pool liner from center toward the wall of your pool. And by the way, the pool liner should be easier to install when the weather is hot. Installing the liner is a very delicate operation, so please be patient. Once again, we remind you to consult your Vogue instruction manual for more information. After removing the wall channels, which were used to strengthen the wall during the installation, you are now ready to install the pool liner. Once unfolded, the side of the pool liner is flipped over the steel wall. Do not stretch the vinyl, especially if installed on a hot day. It's very important to start this operation from the splice. As you can see, the pool liner base sits on top of the cove. To complete the next step of the installation of the pool liner, use the plastic coping specially made to hold the liner. Now, temporarily place the wall channels on top. This will keep the liner in position. Once the overlapping has been completed and the pool liner is well placed, prepare to start your vacuum cleaner. Slowly walk around the pool, placing the liner on the earth cove and against the wall. By starting to fill the pool now, the weight of the water will help push the air bubbles to the wall, and the vacuum cleaner will remove them, leaving an even and smooth finish. Before the final installation of the upper structure, we recommend filling the pool up to the top of the cove. As you can see, you must be careful not to hit the liner too hard. By doing so, the liner will place itself at the correct position to the base and the wall of your pool. You'll notice that the vacuum cleaner removes the wrinkles in the liner. You can now begin clamping the pool liner with a plastic coping specially made to hold the liner. The following step is the installation of the upper structure. Consult your Vogue installation manual for the tools and equipment needed for this important step. First, place each upright closest to the adjacent position. This will facilitate the installation. Then, insert the wall channel in the joiner plate. The space between the wall channel connected to the joiner should be the same as the bottom, both parts being identical to the top. Insert the wall channel and the joiner plate in the plastic coping. Next, install the upright. You must be sure that the pool uprights are perfectly level. Once you've checked the level, you can now place the pool uprights in position using 2 screws in the bottom and 2 at the top. And please, make sure not to force them. You could strip the screws. The uprights and the top seat vary depending on the kind of Vogue pool you have purchased. This is a prestige model. Again, do not force the screws. If you have purchased a flare model, it should look like this. And an Omega, a Visa, or a Connoisseur. The Prestige model has a special spacer which you install on top of the joiner plate with the use of a long-nosed pliers. Before installing the top seats, be certain that the extra vinyl liner is well folded. By doing this, your top seats will cover the extra liner, leaving a clean and beautiful appearance. After the joiner plates have been installed, you can begin placing the top seats. A reminder now about the kind of Vogue pool you have purchased. The one you are seeing is the Prestige model. If your pool is not the Prestige model, once again, refer to your Vogue instruction manual. The Vogue Prestige model has this specification. You need to put a spacer between the top seat and the joiner plate. Be certain to use the spacers and not the bolts. Depending on your Vogue pool model, we suggest that you read the manual very carefully during this installation. Again, whichever model you have purchased, remember, do not force the screws. These could be stripped. If you have the flare model, your top seat should look like this. This is the Omega, the Visa, and the Connoisseur. Once the top seats are placed, you are now ready to install the seat caps. These caps are made of 2 pieces that overlap each other and are placed on each of the vertical uprights. The Prestige model needs a spacer between the 2 pieces of the seat caps. This spacer is the nut installed earlier with the pliers. Be very patient in the installation of the seat caps. Take the time to do it right. Again, like the uprights and the top seats, the seat caps vary depending on the model. This is the flare. the Omega, the Visa, and the Connoisseur. And now you're ready to give the exterior of the pool a final touch. The process continues with the installation of the decorative tape that you put on each upright to give your pool a more attractive look. We suggest you apply the tape prior to the start of the installation. As you can see, tape application is much easier on the ground. Yet another delicate operation for your Vogue pool is the installation of the skimmer. First, correctly and carefully place the vinyl gasket supplied with the pool. The same kind of gasket is supplied for the water return hole. Next, the installation of the water return. First, make certain that the watertight gaskets are well placed. Next, a very delicate operation. Cut the vinyl pool liner for the water return, but be very careful not to cut the vinyl gasket. Your next step is to install the water return. Place the vinyl gasket. Tighten delicately but firmly. A reminder that you must check that there are no pleats in the wall pool liner, especially under the entrance of the skimmer. Puncture 2 even holes in the side of the entrance for the skimmer. This will allow you to line up the skimmer correctly. From the interior of the pool, install the gasket supplied with the skimmer and place it inside the pool. Another gasket will also be needed outside the wall. You are then ready to put it all together. Once the gasket is in place, attach the skimmer. Cut the pool liner to allow the water to enter the skimmer. As you can see, this is another very delicate operation. Be careful not to damage the side of the water skimmer entrance and the vinyl gasket. It's essential that this area is watertight at all times. Assemble the skimmer and water outlet connections. Be certain the adjustment rings are well fastened, but don't overdo it. If you're in doubt, refer to the instructions manual supplied for the filter which you have purchased. Fix the water outlet connection. During this operation, we suggest you tighten the plastic pieces with moderation. Attach the skimmer and the water exit to the filter. Make sure the rings are tightened. We also suggest you use a decorative white stone or an alternative material to give your pool an attractive look and to facilitate water drainage. So now it's ready. Time to jump into your new Vogue pool. Make sure you send us your above-ground swimming pool warranty. Vogue Industries reserves the right to change the measurements, the parts, or any other specification on its products or installation methods without notice.